Tonight on The Host, we talk to these guys from Black Fawn Films. I don't talk to these guys. I don't even talk to these extras. What are you guys doing? Oh, hey, you got some spiders on your cape there? The kid's all looking at you all weird there. What are you looking at? Talk to Darrell too. Hi, welcome to episode 1 of The Host, a web series about horror reviews, news, and interviews.
Murder as well!
Well, of course that too.
Why don't you just shut up and get on with the show? Get on with the show. Get on with the show. Get on with the show. The show.
Well, earlier I was at Hammertown ComicCon, and I ran into a couple of friends of mine. They were at a Black Fawn booth. You might have seen them earlier in the introduction, looking all beefy and sexy. Yeah. Let's get on to that footage. We're over at Hammertown ComicCon. We got Chad Archibald from Black Fawn Films. He's going to tell us about an early release in the House of Flies. If a tree falls over there, and we just showed this at Fright Night Theater, Devil's Night. But what I want to know about is him talking about AntiSocial. Go!
So In the House of Flies comes out October 8th in stores across Canada. We just snuck it in here. It's kind of like an early little release. Bam. And yeah, AntiSocial. It's been doing the festival circuit. It's been doing pretty good. It plays Sitges, I think 2 weeks from now. Vancouver International next week. Played Calgary and Grimfest last week. So I mean, it's doing really good for us. Looking to come out on DVD early in the new year in Canada and the US, and starts on Super Channel in not too long as well. So it's doing good. Probably a short, like a small theatrical release in November in Toronto. That's where we're at.
So there's actual, I like to look at it from what I've seen, what I've heard, what I've read. There's kind of an original aspect to this horror movie. If you could say it's a horror movie, would you?
Yeah, like it's we wanted to make a movie where, you know how in movies they usually always shy away from cell phones, technology. It's like the internet doesn't exist. We live in a world that if anything ever went wrong, everyone's got cell phones, everyone's connected, everyone, they don't react like a horror movie does, right? In horror movies, there's a killer, there's something wrong, whatever, they just run around, pick up their cell phone. Of course, they don't have reception and throw it away, and it's like, okay, we've told the audience that there's no technology. We're in 1980 again. So this is a movie that we wanted to kind of embrace technology. We wanted to embrace social media. We wanted to embrace YouTube and all of these websites and deal with basically a zombie outbreak if you were living in today's society. Like, if there's a hurricane or something on CNN, there's, everyone's uploading videos. You can see it right from the ground floor, like what's going on. You can get your information through online. Like, that's where everyone goes as soon as there's any issues, right? Yeah. So we wanted to do a story that kind of embraced all that stuff and kind of, it's basically, 5 people barricade themselves inside a house when they hear this kind of outbreak happens, and they see the world through their computers, their cell phones, through the internet.
Yeah, you can actually say it's a genre that, the genre's been touched on a lot, but the whole premise behind it. Have you seen Pulse? Would you say that any influence through Pulse?
To be honest, I haven't actually watched all of Pulse. I have heard a few people say things about that just because it has a technical aspect and stuff. This is a very internal movie. Like, it's kind of, people keep calling it zombie movies, but there's really barely any zombies in it. It's more of like an internal infection and kind of what it actually does mentally to you, and kind of, you see them kind of deteriorate from the inside of this house out. So it's very different. It's very organic and very technical mixed in one. But yeah, I mean, like movies like Pulse definitely would be in the same realm. But there's a little twist to this one that makes it different. I just can't say what it is.
Oh, okay.
video review with Darrell of Little Nightmares. Why don't you clean that knife? Gross!
I just sat down and watched Inside with Darrell. Darrell works with me and Aaron at Horror and Hammer. He's primarily responsible for this. Little Nightmares. I'm gonna let him say what he... I gotta go take... That's not right.
Well, no, not right, but great. If you're a fan of the new wave of French horror cinema, this is right up your alley. Calvaire, Frontiers, all that good stuff. Pretty much anything with Vincent Cassel. Great combination of gore, but not just for the sake of gore. Many gore films really lack in the acting, writing department. This one is the total package. If you want to see something that will not leave you alone for quite a while, check out Inside.
So in February, we're actually set to start production on the sequel to AntiSocial. AntiSocial did so well, studio greenlit right away a sequel for it, so